But even if you love both games, burnout is a real thing, guys. You can still get burnout of something that you love. Hey guys, today I want to talk about something really important for the future of Path of Exile, and I have not seen many people talk about it, and it is Path of Exile Burnout. Recently, GGG revealed that they are going to release leaks for each Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 with a cadence of 4 months, but they are staggered, and that means that you get a 2-month period between each game. You get Path of Exile 2, 2 months, Path of Exile 1, 2 months, Path of Exile 2, 2 months, Path of Exile 1. Each game it is 4 months, but between the two it is 2 months. For me, that is awesome. I am really happy. I am loving it. There is always content, there is always something to do about in Path of Exile, and I personally am certainly not feeling burned out. Dude, over 60% of you are not subscribed. Why are you like this? Just click the sub button, dude. It is quick, it is easy, it is free. You get content, I get a sub. Win-win situation, just click the sub button, my dude. But it is also worth to mention that, for example, in PoE1, I am a new player, so maybe I am in that discovery phase and I am wanting to play more than ever, right? So maybe I can't use myself as an example. And also we have to look deeper into this. What do I mean with Path of Exile Burnout? Well, when you have leagues that are 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, what you do is that you are almost all of the year playing Path of Exile. There are many people out there that also want to play other games. They don't want their entire life to be consumed by Path of Exile like I am doing right now. So maybe they try the league for a couple of weeks and they move on, or maybe they skip leagues to avoid burnout if the league is not offering them what they want, and that is a way for them to avoid burnout, and when they come back to the game, they look at it with fresh eyes and it is fun again. And that is awesome from the player's perspective. I am not going to do something that is not fun. If I am burned out of the game, I stop gaming, I move on, maybe I come back in the future. Everything is fine and dandy. What are you talking about? Yes, well, I am going to talk about the perspective from GG's eyes. Because, yes, game development studios, they respond to how players behave, right? For example, in the ARPG market, ARPG game designers, game developers know that in the league, when you release a new league, you get the highest peak of players and they taper off as the league advances, right? This is just an example of player behavior that is to be expected. Also, I think that developers like GGG also know that one way of player behavior that they acknowledge is that not every player plays every league. Players skip leagues, right? Because they are doing other stuff. They can play this league, they skip it. But if your objective is to maximize profit, gain time, numbers, retention, and all of that, you should do something, right? As a company, if we are talking about, I am going to monopolize the ARPG market between PoE1 and PoE2, I am not going to let them go away. They are going to be mine the whole year long, whole year around. They are going to be mine. If I am going to be Machiavellian to try to trap players in my ecosystem forever, what should I do? Well, this was a great first step, releasing leagues staggered between PoE1 and PoE2 at 2 months. That is a great way of doing it, right? But you have to go a step further. First of all, the most obvious one. How do you do this the most obvious way? Leagues have to be awesome, right? Give players a reason to come back. If leagues are awesome, then they will come back. There is not much more to explain in there. If you release a new league and the league sucks, you are not giving players a reason to come back to the game. But there is a second reason in here that this is the main point why I wanted to make the video. I know, long intro, 5 minutes intro, and this is in reality what I wanted to talk about. And the best way to avoid burnout, if you want to keep players bouncing back and forth between PoE1 and PoE2, this is compartmentalized into smaller topics. 1, make players want to play PoE1 and PoE2. avoid the pitfall of having the PoE2 player and the PoE1 player. Try as hard as you can to make players want to play both games. How do you do this? Again, you connect with the first one, make the games good. Obviously, in my opinion, the games are already good, and if you create good leagues, you are covering that. And also create some sort of cross-pollination in terms of rewards. Now that PoE1 and PoE2 have shared customization, shared stats, shared microtransactions, create the challenges system, but something more simpler and attainable, and that the player knows it exists, that makes players want to try the other game to earn rewards in their main one. Let's say that a player is mainly a PoE1 player, you offer something in PoE2 that they have to play if they want to get it in PoE1, and you do it the other way around. If you want to play, if you are a mainly PoE2 player and you want them to play PoE1, you give them something in PoE1 so that they can use it in PoE2. That is one way. And make this knowable, available to the player. Show them to them when they open PoE2. Remember that you can earn this in PoE1. Some bullshit like that, right? That is another step. But the most important one, let's assume, this is the point, guys. Let's assume you have someone that already likes PoE1 and PoE2. They are already going to try to play every league that they can because they love the games. But even if you love both games, burnout is a real thing, guys. You can still get burnout of something that you love. Maybe you grow bored and you want to do something else, and at some point you or skip a league or play the league but play it for little and move on. How do you avoid this from happening? You are never going to avoid it 100%, but minimize the impact. I think that it is really important that you don't homogenize PoE1 and PoE2. And what do I mean by this? Don't make PoE1 and PoE2 the same game. This is the point of my video. You have all these other components, but even for people that want to come back, that love both games, that don't give a fuck about the rewards they are going to play, the way you avoid their innate system to get burnout is to maintain both games being different enough that when you swap back, you feel you are playing a different game, right? So you play the PoE1 league. 2 months you were playing one game with the new league releases for PoE2. You go and play and you feel that you are playing a completely different game. That way your internal clock or your internal bar for burnout resets because you are playing something different. And now you go again, the 2 months and the clock, the sand in the clock starts falling, right? 2 months, boom, you reset it back because the games are different enough that you get a fresh experience, and that way you avoid a lot of the burnout. But if you homogenize the games too much and you are always doing the same, you are going to get burnout even if you don't want to, because this is internal brain bullshit that the human beings have, right? So, although I do like stuff that is in PoE2 that I think should be in PoE1, and there is stuff that is in PoE1 that should be in PoE2, these are minor things that in its majority are quality of life or cool things, cool mechanics, but that don't homogenize the gameplay of the game, so that you don't feel that you are playing the same game with a different skin, right? With different graphics. No. You are playing 2 different games, and every 2 months, the experience changes. Hire me already, GG. I am giving you everything in here. I am even giving you an insight into player psychology to help with retention and earn more money. Brother, what else do you want from me, dude? Now, how do you do this? You keep each game's identity. For example, I explained in another video how in PoE1, you win the game more with your build than with your gameplay. Gameplay is still important, but your build matters more. And in PoE2, you win the game more with your gameplay and your build matters less. Your build still matters, but you win more by playing. Keep these identities. Keep these distinct identities. When you start developing new leagues for PoE2, make them related to how PoE2 plays, and that they are mechanics that wouldn't be possible in PoE1 because of how PoE1 plays. And you do the same in PoE1 in future leagues. Leagues that are not possible to exist in PoE2 because of how PoE2 plays. And this way you keep new leagues interesting, refreshing, good, and with their own identity for each game, so that the games don't get homogenized, and that way every time is a new experience. You avoid as much as you can, because this is never going to be 100% avoidable, but you are maximizing your chances to avoid burnout from your player base, and that way you try to get them to come back every single league for every single one of the 2 games. Again, this video is more like an analysis on player behavior and what can GGG do to keep us engaged all year long, but it is by no means a way of telling people that they should be playing every single league. This is, if you have fun, do it. If you don't have fun, don't do it. It is your time, your fun, you do whatever you want. This is just discussing the topic of, if I wanted to maximize player engagement all year long and avoid burnout, how would I do it if I was GGG? Also, as a player, I want them to do this because I want to play PoE2 and PoE1 all year round, and I don't want to get bored. I don't want to get burned out. This is what I want them to do to keep me engaged all year long also, right? What do you guys think about this? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also, remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.